Yo, what's good, you beautiful chaos agents? Buckle up, because we're about to rip through the juiciest celebrity news bomb to hit the headlines like a meteor crashing a red carpet. Picture this, a courtroom so tense it's practically sweating, whispers flying like rogue paparazzi drones, and a single name dropping that made jaws hit the floor harder than a bad twerk at an award show. Kim Kardashian. Yeah, that Kim K tangled up in the Diddy trial like a plot twist nobody saw coming. What's the tea? Why's her name echoing through the courthouse like a viral TikTok sound? And why's everyone clutching their pearls like it's 2007 all over again? Stick with me, because this story's got more layers than Kim's Skims empire, and we're peeling them back with all the sass and smarts you crave. This isn't just a trial. It's a Hollywood saga with secrets so spicy they could burn down Rodeo Drive. Let's dive into the drama. So imagine a courtroom in New York City, buzzing like a hive of caffeinated bees. The Sean Diddy Combs trial is already a wildfire of headlines. Allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin like a DJ at a Vegas club. For weeks, it's been a circus with prosecutors throwing punches and Diddy's team dodging like Mayweather in his prime. But today was different. It wasn't about some surprise witness pulling a "you can't handle the truth" moment or a lawyer dropping a 500-page motion. Nah, it was one name that flipped the script: Kim Kardashian, the queen of curated chaos, the woman who turned a reality show into a billion-dollar empire, suddenly linked to Diddy's legal mess. When her name hit the air, it was like someone dropped a mic in a library. Pens froze mid-scribble, eyebrows shot to the ceiling, and even the court sketch artist, usually doodling away like it's just another Tuesday, stopped dead, pencil hovering like, wait, what? Diddy? He's been sitting at the defense table for weeks, cool as a cucumber, all stoic swagger. But when Kim's name dropped, his jaw did a little twitch, like he just got a text from his mom saying, "We need to talk." His attorney, usually a shark in a suit, went pale under the courtroom lights, looking like he'd seen a ghost, or worse, a TMZ headline he couldn't spin. Here's the kicker. It wasn't just that Kim's name came up, it's why. The prosecution slid a sealed document across to the judge, and when he cracked it open, it was like Pandora's box decided to RSVP. Sources, because you know there's always a source spilling the beans to some tabloid intern, say this all ties back to a shady, off-the-record meeting over a decade ago at the 2016 Iconic Sound Awards. Diddy was the main event, strutting like the king of the night, and Kim was there, dazzling in organza that shimmered like she was dipped in liquid diamonds. But behind the glitz, something went down. A third-party witness, some backstage rando who probably thought they'd never be relevant, came forward with a statement that's got everyone's spidey senses tingling. They claim they saw Kim bolt out of Diddy's VIP section, eyes red, phone clutched like it was her lifeline, muttering, "I shouldn't have gone in." Mic drop. What was that about? Was it a vibe? A fight? A secret so spicy it's been buried for years like a time capsule nobody wanted to dig up. No formal complaint's been filed. No one's gone on record. But this ghost story's been haunting Hollywood's back channels forever. Whispered by assistants, disputed by publicists, never fully confirmed. Until now. Today, it's front and center in a courtroom. And it's shaking the internet like a 9.0 earthquake. Let's rewind to that night at the 2016 Iconic Sound Awards, because this is where the tea gets scalding. Kim rolls in, serving looks and royalty vibes, her organza gown catching the light like molten glass. But beneath the camera-ready grin, she's emotionally drained, like a phone stuck on 1% battery. She's been dodging scandals left and right, rumors about her marriage, her business deals, her everything, twisted into tabloid fan fiction that she's learned to shrug off. Her plan? Present an award, smile for the cameras, and dip out the back before the crowd gets rowdy or the bloggers get bored. Simple, right? Wrong. Backstage, her phone pings with a message. Mr. Combs wants to say hi. Now, Kim and Diddy go way back. Hollywood's a small pond, and they've swam in the same circles forever. Award shows, after parties, the kind of events where everyone's friends until the headlines say otherwise. But this request feels off, like getting a "you up" text at 2 a.m. from someone you haven't talked to since high school. She reads it twice, brow furrowed, publicist hovering like, "You good?" Kim's skeptical but figures it's Diddy. Music mogul, party king, no stranger. What's the harm in a quick hello? Spoiler, plenty. She's escorted through a maze of hallways, past publicists with clipboards and security guards with earpieces, like she's stepping into a James Bond flick. The deeper she goes, the quieter it gets, eerie, like the calm before a storm. It's like walking into the eye of a hurricane, where the chaos is just beyond the curtain. She hits Diddy's VIP lounge, shrouded by a black drape, because of course it is. Nothing screams exclusive, like a literal barrier. Inside, it's sparse. Just Diddy, a hairstylist fussing with someone's edges, a DJ fiddling with a laptop, and one lone security guard posted up like a bouncer at a speakeasy. Diddy greets her with a smile that's all charm, no warmth, like he's reading from a script he's memorized 1,000 times. "Glad you came, Kim," he says, smooth as silk, voice low and measured. They chat surface-level stuff. She compliments his performance. He thanks her for presenting the award. It's all very polite, very Hollywood, like two diplomats exchanging pleasantries. But the vibe shifts. It's like the air gets heavy, the way it does when you know someone's about to say something you don't want to hear. Kim's a pro at reading rooms. She's built an empire on knowing when to pivot. But this room, it's giving weird. Diddy leans in, voice dropping to a near whisper, and hits her with this cryptic line. "Has it ever happened to you that you lose touch with reality because everyone's staring at you?" Kim blinks. Is this deep? Is he high? She's not sure, but her gut's starting to sound the alarm. He keeps going, smile more grimace than grin. "We build things around us, layers, silence, control." "Okay, Diddy, are we quoting a self-help book or filming a thriller?" Kim's mind is racing. Is this a confession, a test, a vibe check gone wrong? She stays quiet, because what do you even say to that? The tension's thicker than a Kardashian family meeting, and she's ready to bounce. Right then, an assistant bursts in, all gasps and panic, yelling, "They're asking for Kim!" Saved by the bell, or in this case, a frazzled staffer. Kim makes her exit, but not before Diddy tosses out one last zinger. "You're smart to go now, some people don't know when to leave." Chills, right? Not threatening exactly, but unsettling. Like a fortune cookie that's just a little too on the nose. It's not danger, it's not a red flag waving in her face, but it's something. A shadow she can't quite name. Kim hightails it out, past the strobe lights, through the back exit, and into the night. She doesn't tell Kanye, her stylist, or her team. Not even Chris, the queen of crisis management, gets the debrief. How do you explain a feeling? It's like trying to describe why you hate a song everyone else loves. You just know. It's not like anything happened, not in a way she could pin down. No one grabbed her, no one yelled, no one crossed a line you could point to in a police report. But that moment stuck to her like glitter you can't shake off, lingering in the back of her mind for years. She buried it. Because what's the point of stirring up drama when you're Kim K, master of spinning narratives and dodging landmines? She's got businesses to run, kids to raise, and a brand to protect. Why poke a hornet's nest over a weird vibe? But now that moment's back, clawing its way into a courtroom like a zombie from a B-movie, and it's got the internet in a chokehold. Back in court, Diddy's legal team is in full damage control mode, throwing haymakers like they're in a boxing ring. They file a motion faster than you can say clickbait, begging the judge to toss out any mention of Kim as irrelevant, biased, and inadmissible. Their argument? It's hearsay, a cheap shot, and dragging a megastar like Kim into this is just jury-tainting nonsense. Diddy's lawyers practically spitting like, "This isn't a trial, it's a reality show." We'll see. They're arguing that Kim's name is a distraction, a shiny object to dazzle the jury and make them forget the actual charges. And let's be real, Kim's name is a supernova. Mention her and the world stops scrolling. But the prosecution? They're not here for the theatrics. They're playing chess while Diddy's team is stuck on checkers. The lead prosecutor, cool as a cucumber, slides in with, "This isn't about Kim accusing anyone. It's about a pattern of behavior," and her name came up organically in a sealed statement. The judge, peering over his glasses like a disappointed principal, drops the hammer. The jury deserves to know if the name's on record and the event can be corroborated. Boom. The courtroom's so quiet you could hear a wig snag. Diddy slumps in his chair, his usual swagger replaced by a stare that could burn holes in the wall. His team's whispering, but you know they're sweating bullets under those Armani suits. Now let's talk about that sealed document, because it's the real MVP. The prosecution's got a third-party witness, a nobody from the 2016 awards show who saw Kim leave Diddy's VIP area looking like she'd just escaped a haunted house. Their statement's short but damning. Kim, red-eyed, phone gripped tight, muttering, "I shouldn't have gone in." That's it. Not a smoking gun, not a confession, but a thread. A whisper that's enough to make you go, "Hold up, what's that about?" And then there's the photo. Oh, the photo. Unapped by some backstage employee who clearly didn't get the no cameras memo. It's grainy, but gold. It shows Kim in a dimly lit hallway, arms crossed tight over her chest, eyes down, looking like she's trying to teleport out of the moment. Diddy's in the background, leaning forward, all intense, like he's about to drop a secret that could sink a career. The photo's not proof of anything illegal, no one's claiming that. But it's vibes. And in the court of public opinion, vibes are everything. The prosecution's not pushing hard. They're just letting the story simmer, like a pot of tea laced with dynamite. Kim, meanwhile, is in her Calabasas fortress, probably sipping a matcha latte while her phone buzzes like a hornet's nest. Her mom, Kris Jenner, crisis manager who's walked through 100 storms in Louboutin, sounds like she's about to faint, asking, "Do you know how big this is?" Kim's team is in overdrive, her lawyer laying out options like a menu. Stay quiet, hope it blows over, and risk looking complicit, or speak out, control the narrative, and maybe get dragged into a legal quagmire. Neither feels right. Silence has kept Kim safe for years. She's dodged bigger scandals than this with a smile and a well-timed Instagram post. But speaking could shift the whole game, not just for her, but for the trial, for Diddy, for the industry itself. Her phone's blowing up. Friends, brands, her sisters, everyone's got a take. And the internet? It's a war zone. Hashtags like Kim had to go are trending faster than a new Skims drop, with fans and haters alike dissecting old footage. Red carpet clips from 2015, 2017, even 2019, showing Kim looking stiff around Diddy at events. Coincidence? Maybe. But the internet doesn't believe in coincidences. It thrives on conspiracies. Diddy's team tries to clap back, releasing a statement to the press that's all, "This is a smear campaign. No meeting happened. Kim who?" They're calling it a media frenzy. A desperate attempt to tarnish a mogul's legacy, but the cracks are showing. Diddy's checking his phone like he's waiting for a lifeline. His lawyers are bickering in hushed tones, and the man who's built an empire on controlling the narrative is losing his grip. Kim, on the other hand, is untouchable. Not just famous, but a cultural juggernaut. She's not just a celebrity. She's a brand, a business, a force. If she's rattled, what does that mean for everyone else? The prosecution's loving it, letting the jury marinate in the photo, the witness, the vibes. They don't need Kim to testify. Her name alone is doing the heavy lifting. Fast forward to the next court session, and Diddy's lawyer is up, voice sharp enough to cut glass. "Your Honor, we move to suppress all references to Miss Kimberly Kardashian. She's not a witness, she's not accusing anyone, and this is just a stunt to sway the jury." He's pacing, gesturing like he's auditioning for a courtroom drama. The prosecutor, calm as a yoga instructor, fires back. "This isn't about stunts. It's about a pattern of behavior." And her name came up organically in a sealed statement. The defense doubles down, arguing that Kim's celebrity status makes her a trial by association, a circus act that'll prejudice the jury. They're not wrong. Kim's name is like throwing a glitter bomb in a boardroom. It gets attention whether you want it or not. But the judge, still unfazed, drops the rule. The statement stays, the jury decides its weight. Diddy's face? Pure "I need a vacation" energy. He's staring at the void, chin low, hands clenched, while his team's scrambling, whispering like they're trying to rewrite the script in real time. Then the bombshell. A leak. It's like someone, probably a clerk with a coffee addiction and a side hustle in chaos, drops a snippet of Kim's sealed document online. It's not much, just a few lines. "I entered Mr. Combs's backstage suite alone. I wasn't told who else would be there. I felt uncomfortable and left after a few minutes of talking to him. I've never spoken about it publicly." The word "uncomfortable" lands like a grenade. The internet loses its collective chill. By 9 a.m., the Kim Had to Go is global, with X posts racking up millions of views. The photos everywhere, Reddit, TikTok, CNN, dissected like it's the Zapruder film, with armchair detectives zooming in like, "Her arms crossed at a 37-degree angle. That's T." Diddy's late to court, looking like he hasn't slept since Obama was president. His suit is pristine, but his face is a mess. Dark circles, tight jaw, like he's aged a decade overnight. He avoids the judge, the prosecutor, even the jury's gaze, staring at the table like it's his only anchor in this storm. Later that day, the backstage photographer takes the stand, clutching a manila like it's his lifeline. He's nervous, hands shaking like he's about to spill the biggest secret of his life. He whispers. Kim looked upset, leaving Diddy's lounge. "I took a photo, even though I was told not, even though I shouldn't." A guy came up after, said, "You didn't see anything if you want to keep your job." The courtroom's so tense you could cut it with a butter knife. The jury's leaning forward, the judge is locked in, and Diddy, he's a statue, staring, unmoving, like he's trying to will himself invisible. The prosecutor presses, "Why didn't you come forward sooner?" The photographer's hands shake harder. "Because I didn't think anybody'd believe me until now." Boom. A confirmation, a photo, a moment frozen in time. It's not a slam dunk, but it's enough to make the jury's ears perk up. The prosecution's not done. They're not accusing Kim of anything. They're not saying she's a victim or a co-conspirator. They're just a vibe check. They're building a pattern, dropping hints about other events, other whispers, other moments where Diddy's charm allegedly turned chilling. The defense is flailing, throwing out objections like chain of custody and emotional manipulation. But the jury's not here for it. They've seen the photo, heard the witness, read Kim's words, and that's enough to make them wonder. What else went down? Meanwhile, the leak's spreading like wildfire. News outlets are in a feeding frenzy, paparazzi are camped outside Kim's office, and X is a battlefield of memes and hot takes. Kim K leaving Diddy's VIP section like she saw a ghost of her old lip gloss. One viral post reads, another user digs up a 2016 tweet from a random account, saw Kim K at the Icon Awards, looked shook after talking to Diddy. What's good? It's got 300K retweets by lunch. The public's already writing the script for this drama, and Kim's the star she never wanted to be. Kim's team is in crisis mode. Her lawyer's buzzing with strategy. Issue a vague statement, stay silent, or go full Oprah and address it head on. Chris is probably burning sage in the group chat, telling Kim, we've handled worse, but this is bad. Kim's staring at that photo, the one where she's in the hallway, arms crossed, eyes averted, Diddy looming behind her. It's not just a moment. It's a memory she'd locked away, like an old diary you hide under your mattress. She's not accused of anything, but the world's acting like she's on trial case. Her lawyer's like, if they subpoena you, you'll need to choose, cooperate quietly or speak publicly. Both options feel like walking into a landmine. Silence has been her superpower, letting her glide through scandals like a figure skater on ice. But this could be the one that trips her up. Diddy's team is fighting a losing war. They're telling the press it's all lies, that the photo's staged, the witness is a fame chaser, and Kim's name is just a shiny distraction. But the seams are splitting. Diddy's checking his phone like he's waiting for a miracle. His lawyers are snapping at each other, and the man who's dodged scandals like Neo dodged bullets is running out of Matrix. Kim's not just a celebrity. She's a fortress, a brand that's weathered a million storms. If she's shaken, it's like an earthquake, and everyone feels the aftershocks. The prosecution's playing it cool, letting the jury stew in the vibes. They don't need Kim to take a seat to stand. Her name's already the star witness. But they're dropping hints that they're not done. Maybe there's more witnesses, more photos, more moments that'll tie Diddy to a pattern of, let's call it, questionable vibes. The defense is begging for a private meeting with the judge. Maybe even whispering about a deal to keep Kim out of court. They're too late. There. The story's out, and it's got more legs than a centipede on a runway. That afternoon, Kim's spotted leaving her LA office, flanked by security like she's the president. No smile, no wave, just one sharp glance back before sliding into an SUV. That look? It's not fear, it's resolve. She's not posing for this drama, not playing the damsel. But the world's watching and she knows it's time. Will she speak? Will she stay silent? The courtroom's a stage, and she's the plot twist nobody saw coming. But let's dig deeper, because this isn't just about one night or one trial case. It's about power, control, and the invisible strings that pull Hollywood's puppet show. Kim's spent years building an empire, turning every scandal into a stepping stone. She's learned when to smile, when to stay silent, and when to let the world fill in the blanks. Diddy's done the same. Music, fashion, parties, all. He's been a master of his narrative too. But this trial's ripping that control away, exposing the cracks in their carefully crafted images. Kim's name isn't just a headline. It's a mirror, forcing everyone to look at what's been hidden, behind VIP curtains and whispered deals and moments nobody dared speak about. The internet's eating it up, turning this into a cultural Rorschach test. Some see Kim as a victim, a woman who sensed danger and walked away. Others see her silence as complicity, like, why didn't she say something sooner? The truth's wilder corners of X are spinning conspiracies. Kim and Diddy were in business together. Kim's hiding a bigger secret. The trial's a setup to take down hip-hop elites. It's all nonsense, but it's fuel for the fire. Old interviews are being clipped, like archaeological digs, showing Kim dodging questions about Diddy with a smile or a subject change. A 2018 red carpet moment where she's asked about him and she laughs, saying, "Oh, Puff's always been him." Vague, perfect Kim. But now that clip's got 2 million views and comments like, "She knew the prosecution's not letting up. They're not summoning Kim yet, but they're hinting at more." Another witness, maybe another photo, maybe a moment from a different event that ties to this pattern. They're building a mosaic, not a painting, letting each piece, the photo, the witness, Kim's statement, build a picture the jury can't ignore. The defense is scrambling, trying to discredit everything. They're saying the photo's out of context, the witness is unreliable, and Kim's statement is just feelings, not facts. But the jury's not stupid. They're seeing the vibes and they're loud. Diddy's team is now in full desperation mode. They're floating ideas like a mistrial, claiming the leak of Kim's statement has tainted the jury. They're begging for a gag order, a private meeting, anything to stop the bleeding. But the judge isn't having it. He's like, this court isn't TMZ, we deal in evidence. And that's the problem. There's enough evidence to keep Kim's name in play, even if it's not a knockout punch. The leak's done more damage than a live witness could, turning a sealed statement into a global headline. Kim's world is chaos. Her brands, Skims, her beauty line, are getting hit with questions from investors, fans, even trolls. Is Kim involved with Diddy's mess? One ex-post asks, racking up 500K likes. Her team's crafting a response, but what can she say? Deny it, and she risks looking like she's hiding something. Confirm it, and she's feeding the fire. She's probably in her office, staring at that photo, remembering that hallway, that moment, that vibe. It's not about what happened. It's about what it meant, what it still means, what it could mean if she speaks. The trial's not just about Diddy anymore. It's about the industry, the secrets, the power plays that happen behind closed doors. Kim's name is a spark, and it's igniting questions nobody's dared ask. What else has been buried? Who else has stayed silent? And what happens when the untouchable finally speak? The courtroom's a pressure cooker, and the world's waiting for it to blow. All right, you gorgeous gossip hounds, that's the tea, served piping hot with a side of shade. What do you think? Will Kim break her silence and drop a bombshell that shakes Hollywood, or keep it locked tight like a Chanel vault? Hit that like button if you're living for this drama. Smash subscribe to stay in the loop, and ring that bell so you never miss a sip of the celebrity tea. Drop your spiciest takes in the comments. Did Kim dodge a bullet, or is there more to this story that's gonna blow our minds? Let's keep the convo poppin'. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep chasing the truth like it's the last pair of Yeezys on Earth. Peace out.